Live in that corner.
Now we're live.
We live.
What's going on, everyone? The Players Lounge here with the crew. I apologize for Ben. It's the theme of the week. Last week, No Sean was on the beach naked. Ben sauna. No Sean's gonna be showing up here at some point. Oh, he's here now. No
Yes,
Sean's
I
here
hear.
now. There he
There
is. There he
They don't
is.
let me in, man. They see me on the beach, they get jealous. They don't want me.
You know how I'm coming next week if we taking turns with our shirts on.
No.
Oh,
You ain't
man,
allowed
you
to.
keep yours on.
You know how I'm coming.
Muscle man over there.
Yeah, that is not allowed. Boykin is the last person. Hey, No Sean, how was the rest of the trip though? Let the fans know. We want to know how did you lose the phone in the water?
Did not lose the man. Those waves. I can't even lie, man. They were knocking me all over the place. So the current out there was pretty strong, but it was pretty fun, man. It was a good time, man. I almost lost the phone a few times.
We can tell. Ben, let the people know what the hell are you in?
Sauna, infrared sauna. Might as well get something out of sitting on this podcast for whatever long. At least I can sweat.
What are the benefits?
Come on, Murray. You know, I got infrared helps with joint, muscle repair. Then I got the sweat. At this thing 165 degrees. I'm gonna sit in here for 35 minutes. I'm getting right.
So we about to see you in here sweating like a little pig.
I'll be dripping.
Hey, I was the luckiest quarterback in Georgia history. Neither of my centers had a sweaty ass. Ben never sweat, and neither did David Andrews. No swamp ass. Worst feeling in the world.
Had swamp ass all the time.
Got that nice booty.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Under there, nice and just.
Come on, coach.
You gotta teach you. You gotta be able to control your sweat. It's mental.
Is it?
Yeah, it's mental. Murray, you suck at being mental then.
That's all
I'm a sweater.
crickets used to eat, boy.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, we are live tonight. Once again, we're going to be doing this weekly live. I thought it was great last week. So jump in the chat. If you're watching this on Twitter, jump on YouTube, come in the chat. We'll be answering questions all night long. Make sure you target one of the guys that you want the question. Tim Collins, No Sean versus Riptide Part 2, ? Not tonight, but soon. So come hang on the chat. We'll be talking tonight, obviously a lot Georgia, Florida, the big game in Jacksonville this weekend. Some of our favorite memories from our times down there in Jacksonville. Should it be a neutral site game? Should it be in Gainesville and Athens? Talk about obviously the X's and O's of the games. We'll be breaking down our position groups. But before we get into all of that, just because it is the topic of the day, and Ben did play with Taylor Lewan at Tennessee, and obviously his boy who played at Michigan, we got to get into the Michigan news. Sign stealing.
Ban them jokers.
Do we care that much about it? And I'm going to start with Ben first, Inframan Man. Like, do you care that
I'm
much?
going to tell you. They suspended AJ for signing a jersey. They over here dictating games, like wins and losses. You got to ban them jokers. Get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
Scared. You sound scared. That's what that sounds like. Boykin, what are your thoughts? Has anyone experienced like something
that
like
is
this?
Cheating. That's like gambling in the NFL. You worried about the integrity of a game. This is the integrity of the sport.
They didn't take away
anybody cheat.
Houston Astros didn't lose their World Series. They did the same damn thing.
It was afterwards. They didn't get caught mid-season.
Yeah, I mean that cloud is like gonna be hung over your head. Say Michigan. I mean, obviously we know how they're playing right now. Say they go on to win a natty, and all these allegations turn out to be true. Yeah, that cloud's gonna hang over that championship. But shit,
do you think they care?
No.
Them Ohio State fans, man.
But that's the thing, though. Like they're not gonna get there because it's like they've been. If the allegations are true and they've been doing this for a while, like. They've been doing all this cheating for what? Like, what has it gotten you to this point?
Yeah.
And so now that the spotlight is on you, you damn sure can't do it now. So it's like it's kind of all for nothing. And like, yeah, like it's not illegal. Like we try to figure out signs all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big.
I don't think I have no issue with the sign stealing during a game or any of that. It's the fact that that a dude physically bought tickets to a game and was using a phone to videotape the sidelines specifically at these games. And their record, boys, from the start of
Paying
Hardball's career
people.
to what they were the past 3 years. It's night and day for when this thing started. Night and day. The
But
record.
they haven't won anything in regardless.
They've won
so-
the Big Ten back-to-back years.
I mean,
Beat Ohio
okay,
State, yeah.
You know,
I mean,
Ohio State, man.
that's great. But like, is that what you're stealing signs for to win the Big Ten? And
It's a big
It's not
rivalry,
that
man.
good.
Yeah. It obviously ain't panning out the way they wanted to at the
That's
end of
what
the
I'm
day,
saying.
boy. But to Ben's point, like it's the integrity of the game. They said Buddy buying tickets on both sides of the stadium. Like,
Yeah, he didn't show up last week because they got caught. No, Sean, where you at with this? You ain't cheating, you ain't trying. What's the thought process?
I really don't care for it, and really, I feel like it's been happening for so long. I mean, that's why they probably put the rule in place. So it's been happening for years and years and years. And that's why they have so many guys on the sideline with different jerseys, different clipboards, all these different, symbols and signs, so that they can kind of, disguise what they're doing, right? So at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of teams probably do it, but at the end of the day, where is that really going to get them? And then, my third thing is, bro, when are we going to just get rid of the signs? Like, you trying to get these kids ready for the league? We ain't doing that in the league, right? They're bringing it in.
They got a helmet.
The
Give 'em a helmet.
quarterback.
Yeah,
The quarterback gets to play, and he puts everyone where he needs to put them. When are we going to just get away from the signs and just let these guys get ready for the next level, which is the NFL?
The difference is the NFL is very much of a get huddled. How many offenses in college football actually get
You don't have to
huddled
though.
up?
You've seen Peyton do it plenty of times when he's just putting people in places. Let's get it. It's coming through his headset, right? You know that. I mean,
yeah, but these offenses go so fast in college football that I agree. Like, I want the headsets, but it's not a matter of just putting in the quarterback's helmet. I think if you're going to go that route, you have to put in everyone's helmet.
No.
The receivers too. I mean, you not watch these offenses? They get lined up and they snap the ball in 15 seconds. Like, that's what they want to do. So if you're going to tell me that, yeah, we can put a mic in the quarterback's helmet, we still have to signal to the receivers. So if you want to get rid of signaling in general in college football, you got to mic everyone up, which I'm fine with. I could care less.
I think we need to head there like soon. In regards to like when you look at offenses now, it's so much more complex than when we played anyway, right? Like,
yeah,
like they really are running pro style offense and pro style defenses, right? And so to signal these things in when there's so much complication going from formation to formation and check, like maybe we do need to just put the technology back in the game. Because for me, like, I was trying to steal signs every game. I ain't even gonna lie.
For real? Like, how would that even help? Does that really help? I mean,
No doubt.
Bro,
I know the other team's signals. Like, I know when the DB's doing a book, it's read,
Right.
it's cover 4.
I
know palms up is cover 2. Stuff like that. You'll know or they're putting their hands on top and there's a combo. They're comboing the route.
well, I'm putting that on the coordinator.
Banjo
coverage.
all that.
Like, we know the signals. That's not stopping anything. Like, I play with Todd Bowles was my defensive coordinator, and he would bring me in like on a Monday and sit me down and give me everything and make like the best person in the NFL, make them seem like they're so pedestrian because he had all these tips, right? And so like, but my ass still had to go out there and guard them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what people like. I posted something on social media today about a play from Ohio State game where you could clearly see everyone in Michigan looking on the opposite sideline to Ohio State. Crazy. Yeah, pointing like pass, and everyone's like, "Well, they still scored on the play." Like, okay, yeah, just because you know the play, you still, like Boykin said, you still have to go execute.
Yeah.
Like when I played backyard basketball with my brother, I knew he was going right, but I still couldn't stop his ass. Like, if you get better, you're gonna make plays.
We knew Boykin signals and stuff in college. We knew Carolina Packers cross dog. We knew Sonic was corner, all the Samso safety. We knew everything. Florida, all that. The blitzes, and they would still sack us.
Yeah,
and most of them are universal, right? Like every team kind of uses some of the same stuff. Like,
well, what does this mean? What's the quarterback do when he hits his head? Oh, I wonder what that means. Yeah, he's going to throw the ball
inside. All the little 1s, 2s, 3s. You just switch them up each week.
Yeah, you got to mix them up. I mean, like Sean brought up a good point. Like, you have enough guys on the sideline. You could have 3 guys doing signals. That way, the defense, even if they know your signs, they don't know which guy's doing it. Then you rotate guys or whatever it is, each quarter, each half, whatever. Like that, you got to step your game up, man. It's part of the game. So, like, shame on you for not mixing it up.
For us. He was over there signaling away. You didn't know if he was live or hot.
The boy said
I used to signal freshman year.
Not Parker Welch. yo,
Tucker.
Ben, you hilarious.
All right. Well, that's enough on Michigan. We're here to talk Georgia football as they get ready to face Florida this weekend. I want to start with memories first because this is a unique rivalry. We talked about rivalries in our game last week, but your first memory in that stadium of like your very first snap, looking up, like what was your first thought, just in general? Noshan, you first. You're the eldest state man.
Yeah. For me, it was the atmosphere and coming across that bridge. I don't know what bridge it is.
It's just called the bridge.
It's called the bridge, right? And you can see the stadium to the left. And you look off to the right out of the windows and you just see tailgates. You see RVs after RVs after RVs, man. Everyone's going nuts. You're like, bro, this is about to be crazy. People are lining the streets. I mean, people are everywhere. So that's the first memory I get, man, is just how wild the atmosphere is coming over that bridge and walking into that stadium. Just a tremendous sight to see. I think one that you don't really see unless you probably in the natty, you know what I mean? So love that atmosphere. So that's really the first thing that comes to mind. I'll let one of y'all other boys go.
Ben?
First play against Florida. We run host. You know what it is. Host 48.
Horn 48 or stretch the opposite way.
We knew we put formation into the boundary, and it was either corner cat or smack every time when we got even stances. It was smack, so we ran stretch. I ain't gonna say who missed. Somebody whiffed and got my boy killed in the backfield. Wasn't me, Noshan. It wasn't me.
Damn, got Noshan jacked up.
Somebody whiffed and got my boy killed, and they poking my boy's eyes out over here. That was my first, like, oh crap. Guys are wearing grills in this league. Like, I was like, what is that in Spike's mouth? That is not no mouthpiece. I'm like, these guys got money.
Did you pull that man dreads out or something that game too?
This is a different.
No, that was Auburn. That was Auburn.
Oh, that was Auburn. Oh, you like to pull.
Hey, Boykin, what's your first memory?
Oh man, like maybe not my first memory, but one of my most vivid memories is I don't know if we were like trying to channel something from Noshan's year there, but we like, y'all remember that year we wore those black uniforms, like we came out in our
black helmets.
We came out in our regular uniforms, and then
I couldn't even have my chin strap fixed.
Yeah, we put the black helmet on. We put the black pants.
Helmet didn't fit right.
Helmet was too big, so like I'm rushing because I think I was a captain that game. We putting everything on, and then I immediately go like into the game, and I'm on defense, and I'm like, man, my visor foggy, like I don't feel good at all.
I feel good.
Second play of the game, Tebow throw like a bomb to Riley Cooper, and he like one hands it in the back of the end zone, and I thought he was out of bounds, but he got a foot in. And they scored, and I was like, this is gonna be a long day because I'm uncomfortable. My helmet don't fit, and I think we just got smacked that game.
And it was like smacked that game,
and I was like, I can never feel like this again.
All right, before we get to TK's first memory, it's called St. John's Bridge according to Venom.
Okay.
St. John's Bridge. There you go.
Yeah, that obviously is like a staple moment. Obviously, when Noshan's talking about the bridge, the split down the middle of the stadium is just crazy, iconic. But just the game in itself, bro. It's always one of those games where normally, during our era, it was two teams that were really, really good. So, the defense we played against had so many NFL caliber players on there: Spikes, Joe Hayden, Janoris Jenkins, Ahmad Black, Major. It was so many different. It was just a slew of cats that could play ball. So it was just going up against a crazy opponent like them, and then Urban Meyer as well. Just what he did to us the year before, calling that timeout and stuff like that.
I hate Urban.
So beating them a few times was just awesome. So just that entire game was just special.
Who is part of the team that rushed the field? Noshan, Ben, were you there?
Just
Noshan.
Yeah,
that was the year before.
Before we got there.
Yeah.
Talk about that moment, Noshan.
Yeah, man, it was a crazy moment. We went over that. we went over celebrations that whole week in practice, since Coach Rick told us we better get a penalty on our first score. So really, we're all practicing and stuff before the game. And I didn't even know everyone was going to rush onto the field, man. I thought I was getting up to take pictures of people because that's what we all planned as an offense.
Mhm.
So I get up to go take pictures of the offense, and I just see the whole team out there. I'm like, bro, they wilding. I've never seen that many flags on the field. Yeah, I've never seen that many flags on the field before. But that's, it was so many years where, Florida had that upper hand and we just couldn't get it over the top, man. They kept on beating us. And, we just needed something to kind of get us over the edge, break that mental block that we had, that we couldn't beat them. You know what I mean? And I think that really energized us to go out there and finish that game. It was a high scoring game. They could have still won that, but we went out there, we handled business. And that's something that's going to go down in history.
Chris Taylor in chat goes, were any of the rest of you at that game? We were not. At least we were on the football team. I don't know if any of y'all were actually there in the stadium to witness it, but I remember watching it, and that was pretty badass and really cool to see.
What was it like watching it as a player? Like, was it like, yo, what are they doing? They wild.
Yes, it was like,
did
they really just do that to Florida?
What was going on?
Yeah, it was nuts.
The craziest moment, though, watching as a fan, is when y'all came out in the black jerseys versus all. That was the coolest thing ever as a fan.
Yeah.
When they played back in black and y'all come running out, that was unreal.
Yeah, I was there on a visit.
Soldier Boy. Oh yeah. Trust me, I know too.
No, when I watched No Shine like dial over the top like this, touchdown, and everybody ran on the field, I think at that point, like we were all committed. We were all like solid in our commitment. Mm-hmm. And I would guess it's like how these recruits feel now when Georgia's like, in the spotlight and everybody's talking about, like, there's this sense of pride, like, I'm about to be here doing this, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you knew, like, Georgia was about to take off into another level, like, and get over that hump, kind of like Noshan was talking about when that happened. And so you were excited, even though you weren't there. You felt like you were a part of the team already. And so,
no doubt.
Like, that's what this rivalry means. Like, it's real personal. It really is. And it still is, even though we're like done playing, we gonna be locked in. You know what I'm saying? Just like we were on a regular Saturday we were playing.
Oh, for sure.
I want to go to the uniform thing that Boykin brought up. Someone brought that up in the chat, like, don't mess with the unis. And Georgia's been pretty traditional. That was the only, actually, no, I had two alternate uniforms when I played. It was that game, then the Boise State game with that ugly ass red we wore. Noshan, obviously you had the blackout game, so like you had a good game in an alternate uniform. Does it really matter in a sense? Like, besides the Boykin's visor being all screwed up, like, does it truly matter?
Nah, it don't matter if you like have worn the uniform before. Like,
like what cleats you wear, like you got everything. Like, I don't want to be panicking right for a game. Like, let me get it laid out. You can surprise the fans, but let me be prepared.
Yeah.
I
think that was a huge mistake. I won't say it was Coach Rick. I guess it was maybe he was just trying to give us a spark, but like y'all know how, as players and fans listening, like, maybe y'all can understand this, but like routine, man, and consistency and comfortability and like structure for a player is everything, bro. Like, we need to know what we getting ourselves into. We have a structure and a routine. Everybody's different, but we all got one. And so if you mess that up, or you know what I'm saying, you kind of mess with that a little bit, it could throw things off a little bit. I could attribute maybe 3 losses in my Georgia career to uniform malfunction. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, Ben, don't pass out on us over there. All right.
Seriously, he's really red.
That boy looks
like
hey, he looks like under there, so you don't want him to get out of there.
I bleed red and black. I turn red.
Boy, you like a honey baked ham, boy.
Yo, shut up.
Red and black, baby. So I'm black, I'm red.
Last thing on the uniforms, we've all had an opportunity to obviously play at Georgia, play in the league, various teams in the league too. Your all-time favorite uniform. It could be a true uniform or like an alternate uniform, college, high school, NFL. Favorite uniform you've ever put on in a football game. Boykin first.
Me first.
You like that all black and the Eagles? Did you ever do all black at Philly?
Man, y'all had them bumblebee
pits. Did you lay down in the end zone that time?
Yeah, I probably say I loved every uniform in Philly. I just like that, like green great black combo. But like when I was in Pittsburgh, even though I didn't enjoy my time there, the bumblebee uniforms that we wore are just so historic. I know they but like to have one and be like, dang, like I actually wore this. It's kind of like,
cool.
the Kelly Green.
That look terrible.
So I'll probably go with that one just because it's historic.
Hey Ben, don't stripes make you look bigger? The stripes make you look bigger?
Yes, you need vertical stripes.
Yeah, not
horizontal.
Go, Sean. Favorite uniform of all time you ever wore?
I'm gonna have to go with I think this one right behind me, that Champ Bailey, that all blue Jones. All that navy, all with the pants as well, the navy Jones, those went crazy. And it just felt so comfortable. I don't know. Every time we wore those navy blues, it felt so comfortable. So I might just have to go. They simple, but it was crispy. I'm gonna go those.
T.
The Giants color rush jerseys hard. Old school.
Not that.
Was it all white?
Not that one. Yeah, all white with the Giants written out on the helmet. Old school, like LT. Yeah, those are hard.
You wore a color rush Joneses? Damn, I never wear a color rush.
Yeah, color rush.
Ben?
Yeah.
I look like a Smurf in our color rush. I would say all white at the Titans, white helmet, white jersey, white pants, white cleats. It's not flattering. You want it in the first couple games because you don't want that after Thanksgiving. You wear all white after Thanksgiving, that's just disrespectful for old linemen. Don't do it to us.
Y'all heavy after Thanksgiving, bro?
What?
Hey, did you ever wear like the Tennessee Oiler throwback joint?
Man, they wearing them this weekend versus the Falcons.
I know those.
First time at them are so.
You never wore those, Ben? They never brought them out?
No, this is the first year they got to do it.
Light blue joints?
Damn.
Yeah, like blue with the red. Maybe blue, red, and white ones.
Them things fire.
All right, let's get back to Georgia Florida topic here. Before we get into kind of the X's and O's of the game, I do want to hit on the topic that is discussed almost every single year, and it's a lot because Kirby hates going to Jacksonville and he wants the game in Athens and Gainesville. And I'll lead this off first. Like, I love the game in Jacksonville. To me, that was a selling point. Like, knowing that I was going to be in one of 3 games that got to play in a neutral site: Oklahoma, Texas, Army, Navy, Georgia, Florida. You're one of 3. They get to do that every single year. I guess now newer Texas A&M and Arkansas do it as well, but I don't think they were doing that when I was committing. So like, you are one of 4 now. They get to do something like that with the tradition. So like, I loved it as a recruit. I remembered watching that game growing up, 3:30, that game in Jacksonville. So like, I wouldn't change it. If anything, like if you want to go 1 year Jacksonville, 1 year Atlanta, like I'm fine with that. But I don't want to make it Athens, Gainesville. I just think you would lose a lot of that lust in the whole thing. TK, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I think it's special, like having it in Jacksonville. It's a dope venue. Like we talked about the bridge, we talked about the RVs, the tailgating. It's nothing like it. Like there's very few things like it in college football. But I did want to play in the swamp. Like I must say, like it would have been pretty dope to go down there and experience a game down there. I know it gets pretty rowdy, obviously, from like recruiting visits and things like that. But playing there as an opponent, like ain't nothing like going. We all know ain't nothing like going into somebody's house and doing it. So it would have been dope to do.
Ben?
Yeah, I'm like that. I would love to keep the rivalry what it is in Jacksonville. But if you want to switch it up, do one Atlanta, one Jacksonville, then one home and away. So if you stay 4 years, you get to experience all of them. But I think you got to keep at least – I like the neutral site. That is you get to play in a pro stadium. That's special. As a high school kid, a college kid, a lot of people never get to step in a pro stadium like that, get to put on that field, know how to go out there and play. For me, I played in that division for 11 years. So I went there for 15 straight years. I went to Jacksonville and had a game. So
that's pretty
getting
sweet.
to go there, it was like our second home for me by that time. But it's special getting to go there. And I think that's it. I think it is a big selling point for recruits getting to play in a professional stadium, see the swimming pools out there. It's beautiful. So it's an unreal experience.
No, Sean Boykin, any other thoughts on that?
I guess no. I agree with all you guys. I like the neutral site. I don't want to lose that split down the middle. I think if you go and play the guys at the home stadium, you lose that split down the middle. I am with you a little bit, TK. I did want to play in Florida at least one time, get that feel, just to see what that felt like. But if I had to vote on which side I would go, I would say just leave it at the neutral site, even though it's still a home game for Florida. Whatever, we'll still beat y'all.
Yeah, I hate it. Other than the split, so I'm gonna be on the other side of y'all because it's not a neutral site, right? Like that's an away game for us. We got to travel. We travel no different than we do any other game. We get in the hotel.
They travel too. They travel too.
drive an
Stay in the same
hour.
state.
Yeah, that's like us going to Georgia Tech and them flying to Georgia. Like it's a big difference. But I mean, I don't have a remedy for it. Like I'd love home and away as well, but I think it would take the tradition of the game because that split down the middle is just something you will never ever get. And so
Frat Beach. What would they do without Frat Beach?
I know, bro. Like everything that goes into it, though.
It looks amazing.
Right.
Oh, I saw some pictures of my boy Arthur Lynch when he was redshirting going to Frat Beach. Like you don't want to take that away from the student body now. Come on. I got a question from the chat. How did you guys control the mental side of the Georgia-Florida game when you guys were still dogs? I guess it's more of like the I'm sure in the sense of this being such a big rivalry, a little bit more emotional football game. From any of you guys, was there ever a I need to calm myself down moment compared to other games? Or did I know we say like, oh, it's just another game, but like, let's be honest, like it isn't just another game. Like, I feel like I can say that now that I'm out of the uniform. Like, I'm going to not do the coach speak BS. Like, it did mean something more to me because I'm from the state of Florida. Like, I did prepare harder when we faced them. And it did feel pretty damn good when we beat them. So I would say yes to that.
That picture right there speaks it. That's us beating Florida my senior year. It took us 4 years to do it, and I got to do it. And I wanted that picture because I wanted to beat them so bad. Like that beating Florida is something special. And coming through that era with the Tebow era and those guys, it wasn't no cakewalk like it is as it has been. Like that game meant that, hey, you had a chance to win a national championship. You're going to the SEC championship, whoever won that game. So that game was special back then.
Yeah. I mean, I think it meant more, and we prepared more because whoever, like Ben just said, this was going to determine who was going to probably be in that SEC championship. And Florida at our time was who we are today. Like they were the big dog, you know what I'm saying? And so if we wanted to have any significance to our season, it went through them and that away game that we had to play. And so boys know how important it is, but at the same time, like there's plenty of other rivalries. And I won't say one game is more important than the other one, but this one in particular is one that you have to have. You can't drop this and expect to go, you know.
No, Sean, TK?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think it was just there were you always knew like there was going to be moments in the game where they were going to be chippy because of of what Ben and Boykin just said. So keeping your cool or keeping your mental, I don't think that was hard for anybody on this cast. I think everybody here is pretty level-headed dude. But like we always knew there was gonna in this game, like there was gonna be something that happened that was gonna piss you off or something that was gonna make you, kind of get out of character. But I think that Coach Rick, we had a pretty good coach that did a good job of kind of keeping us all in line of from a level-headedness and keeping the main thing, and I was just trying to win. So it's chippy, but
Hey, listen, you should hear what TK said when he jumped over a DB and mossed him on a little sluggo route. My man was hyped after that one.
Yeah, What'd he say?
I was pretty lit. Yeah, a little Z-bang.
I think my first touchdown in this series was a L145. Was it Angel? I think it was Angel. Backside post to TK.
It wasn't Demon. Yeah, backside post.
That's you, the X there. Yeah, L145 Demon. Little backside post for cover 4. First touchdown. Bam.
My God.
TK, we need to go back and count how many post routes we connected on for touchdowns. It's got to be some Guinness Book of World Record for most post route touchdowns between two people in college football.
It's up there.
It's definitely up there. All right, let's get to some of the keys to this game. Florida 5-2. Good football team. You can't sleep on. They got 2 good running backs. Quarterback's playing well. Got a decent front seven. They're a little bit young on the back end. But as we know, man, like you fall asleep in games like this, rivalry games, anyone could get anyone in the ass. Let's go with the offensive line first. It's been a huge discussion point, and then we'll get to them running back. So No-Shot gave his little pregame speech. Ben, what do you want to see from this O-line coming off the bye week?
Yeah, trying to get back healthy. I know they're seeing if Truss and Mims, how they're coming back off the ankle. Truss had one. Mims is coming off the tightrope. So they said they were testing him out this week to see if he's able to go. Just hoping one of those, as long as we get one of those guys back. If one of those guys are playing, we're going to be okay. The lineup's pretty much going to stay the same. If one of them's back, Fairchild at left, the same other three is going to be in there. So we're going to be able to protect. We're going to throw the ball. And No-Shot's boys are back. They're running that thing.
Let's transition to them backs, baby.
It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, Tim Collins in the chat says we need RBs to have a game! Exclamation point. No-Shot. It was slow start, but they're rolling right now. We got faith in the boys.
Yeah, it's all right. It looks good. Like you said, it was a slow start to the season, but they're starting to roll a little bit. Edwards is starting doing his thing, and it's what we've been saying in the beginning of the season, man. It's going to be running back by committee. Anyone that's in there, obviously, they're going to rotate a lot of guys in that position, right? So as long as that we keep the chains moving and there's no hiccups and no drop off for whatever back is in there, I'm happy with it. And we're going to need to run the ball. I mean, we lost a big player with Power, so that means now everyone has to step their game up even another notch, right? So we're definitely going to need to see it from these receivers. I think when it comes to what am I most disappointed about, I think it is those receivers, TK. I can't lie, man. Where's Rara? Where are all these guys? Where are all these men that are supposed to come into Georgia and get it popping? You feel me?
This man,
they need to wake up a little bit.
I'm gonna have to sit up.
TK,
they need to wake up, TK.
TK, the running backs had one really dominant game. Now he's throwing the blame on the receivers.
I need them to wake up because I need it more now. I need it even more now.
I hear you. I'm with you, but listen. Everybody in the chat is in agreement. We need to see what we need to see from those guys behind Carson Beck and beside Carson Beck, for sure. Mm-hmm. And like my man Murray said, they've only shown out in one game. But I agree with you. Our guys got to step up. I need to see a little bit more from Arian. He's definitely taking the top off of defenses, but you got to come in with some of those. I think that'll be a big factor this week if he can get behind that defense.
Has he lost all of his confidence, though, TK? Like, I feel like he's just not been himself this year. Like,
he hadn't, bro.
He's moved down the depth chart. He's had to. If he can't catch passes right now,
he hadn't, and it sucks. Come on. Now.
Confidence in here. We're bringing confidence. Good.
I would love for him, man. Like, he's big play. He's TK Jr. That's his little brother.
Yeah, no,
and he's rocking number 11. I need his ass to ball out in a game like this.
I think that like when you are dropping passes like that, it does do something to your confidence. So him having a game or Robo getting the ball in his hands, early in this game if possible, could be big for him. But I'm with you, Sean.
That's what I'm saying, TK.
Guys do got to step up. Him being one of them. Ra has emerged. He's emerged. I think we need to see a little bit more of Dom. Dom Lovett, and then Ladd. We get Ladd back. I think things will be the way they need to be. But I'm not worried about us out wide. I think we'll be in a lot of 11 due to Brock being out, obviously. But yeah, I ain't worried about us guys out wide. Shit, we need to play a little bit of complimentary football. Get off my back.
Nah, bro. I don't care what you say. I need to see more from them boys.
Hey, I need to see more from
the season. I need to see more from be leading the team in receiving. Did you not? Did we not talk about how those guys are going to make big impacts, like bigger impacts than they have? I mean, for real.
Yeah,
and yes, the backs, bro. I'm on those backs' heads. I already know.
Didn't Dom Lovett have like 10 receptions last game?
Yeah, Dom just came off his best game of the season.
So you're talking about one game. Same with the backs. That was one game.
We are emerging. Bro, it's one ball. It's 7 receivers.
There are a lot of damn receivers. And you got Brock Bowers. You got to feed nonstop.
It's one ball, 7 receivers, bro. Like we
being soft on them boys. That's all right. I get it.
Marcus Rosemy-Jackson ain't playing well this year.
Oh, I love that. I said Ra and love it. That's all I'm talking about. Everyone else is doing that.
They both just had their best 2 games of the season. What you want from them?
All right. This is what we need right here. Frankie Smith, the RB should pop up and run back to the huddle during the first series as a tribute to No-Shot. Place goes nuts.
Shoot, if they can get over 100 yards rushing, yeah, please do that then. I mean, where they at?
I will always remember that. From like, you think of Noshawn, I think of his ass popping up.
Yeah, running
His
back.
ass right back to the huddle.
That boy had me doing that shit in high school.
Yeah.
I was watching that shit. I
I didn't do that.
I was doing that shit on
Gotta be
Fridays.
well conditioned to do that.
Yeah.
You know what? And I guess I'm harder on these guys right now because, bro, there's always been a target on our back. But I think even more so now, teams are looking at Georgia like, bro, we can get him. Bro, we can get him. Like, I don't like that feeling, man. I don't like that feeling at all.
There's a lot of lack of respect, but I know somebody.
Yeah.
You got to know for a fact Kirby's using that too.
No,
Kirby using that like no other. That's probably on every TV screen in the butts.
Y'all gonna cover that white receiver?
Oh yeah, we gonna. I'm just waiting on Murray.
Hey, don't sleep on Ricky now. Ricky's a damn good receiver.
Nah,
What's wrong? What's wrong with wide receivers, man?
Well, I can't answer this. My boy Derek calling right now. I can't answer. Y'all ain't gonna get me in trouble.
Hey, white receiver is the wave right now.
Thank you. Hey, Ricky can go up there and get that thing.
But no, to answer your question, man, I feel like we took a little step back in the Vandy game, and I think it very well could have been just us trying to get the W and get the heck up out of Vanderbilt. But like at the same time, when I looked at kind of like some of those all 22 plays, it really just like came down to communication. A lot of times it was like bracket coverage, and then the new number one turned into number two, and we messed up the communication, or like a running back getting in zone coverage on angle routes on the nickel. Like I think it's a copycat league. I think Tyke is going to have a lot of work this game, a whole lot of work from that nickel position, that star position, from running backs, angle routes, perimeter tackling. Like these are all things that we kind of struggle with, bubble screens. And so like we're going to get a little bit of all of that from Florida, because they haven't, correct me if I'm wrong, Aaron, they don't just throw that thing down the field. Like they get them all in space and then let them make plays, right? Like 5-6 yard passes. Yep. They catch the ball and then go do what they do. And so
it's a lot of shifts and it's a lot of I had them early in the season. Every single play, there's a shift, there's a motion, they're moving guys around. They want to confuse the defense. They want the defense to have to communicate. Right. And they got two good running backs. Like they got Montreal Johnson and Trevor Etienne. Like, to me, the key on defense is you can't let them be multidimensional. Like you can't let them run the football.
Right.
Like you gotta put I'd like Ricky. I like the Eugene Wilson kid. I think they're good, but I would still feel really comfortable if I knew like it was a 3rd and 6+ situation over and over again, and Graham Mertz had to execute against that defense.
That's why I think I'm more surprised about Mertz. I came into the season watching this tape at Wisconsin, and I'm like, bro, okay, he played like that at Wisconsin. He's come to the SEC. Oh my, it's going to be ugly. But bro, he is playing well. I had to give him props.
Oh, he's playing great. He's taking care of the football. Everyone in the chat right now, we appreciate everyone jumping on. Go hit the like button. Go hit the subscribe button. This is one of our many shows that we're doing on this channel right now. If you want to get some current student athlete content, we had Javon Bullard and Jackson Meeks do a show the other night that's on the channel right now. So you get the perspective from current student athletes. Also have Jacob Hardy and Makai Muse show coming out tomorrow night. So subscribe the video. It's the best way we can continue to spread the word from Letterman like ourselves and current student athletes there. We also have a baseball show. We have a softball show. We got 3 other football shows from current student athletes. So a lot of great content at the Players Lounge. So share it, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate your support. Any other big keys for you guys in this game? Anything like you want to see? I'll hit on Carson. I always forget that I got to take over the quarterback spot. To me, for Carson, it's control your emotions. And this is coming from someone who grew up in the state of Florida. And I talked about earlier, like what this game meant for me. He's from Jacksonville. Like he's got boys and family going to go to this game. Like keep your emotions in check. And this is his moment to shine. Like you now get to say like, I'm balling out without Brock Bowers, but you got to take care of the football. Don't let the emotions get to you. Yeah. If he does that, I think he's golden. They can run the football. We all know Bobo. If they can run the football and then set up play action pass and take some shots down the field, that is Bobo's DNA. So it starts with Noshawn's guys. It starts with Ben's guys. Get positive plays on first down. Get to 2nd and 5 and 2nd and 6, and then let Bobo play action pass off that. and then use those receivers and let those guys go get on the back end. And I think the tight ends will be fine. I like Oscar. I'm excited about Lawson Lucky. They will be just fine without Brock. And I said this earlier on another show. Like, I think they'll be more explosive.
Right.
And that's not saying they're more efficient without Brock. I think you'll see more explosive plays down the field from this offense without Brock. So it's going to be a little bit of more old school Bobo, a little bit with what he wants to do with the football. Remember, put your comments in the chat. Appreciate everyone jumping on with us here tonight. We'll be doing this live every single week. Ben,
now you can hear me. I've been trying to talk the whole time. I've been muted.
Oh,
Well,
you were on your phone, so I muted you.
Oh, I was trying to tell you, hey, playing there in Florida, do you have like a way to, get his nerves unchecked first drive? Because I feel like the first drive, he is pumping and he overthrows a seam route. Is it something for a quarterback that like calms you down? Is it an easy completion? Is it the first time you get smacked on a run or a pass? Like, what calmed you down as a player?
See, for me, it was getting hit. Like, Bobo a couple times called a zone read, and I pulled it. I think one of the times he got hit, and I felt good. Carson's weird because Carson, like, you talk to everyone, like, he's so chill.
Yeah.
Like, there's never, like, he doesn't have the high emotion. He's not like, he's a complete opposite of Stetson.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I talked to him after the first game. He did say, like, man, I was pretty juiced for my first start. So he's going to have that. I would say for him, like, he's proven that he's more athletic than what we kind of anticipated. I'd kind of get him on the run, man. Like, get him a nice little bootleg, easy completion. I mean, maybe even get like Oscar a catch early, just to kind of let Florida know, like, hey, just because we don't have Brock doesn't mean we ain't gonna throw to these tight ends. Like, you get him something in the flat, boom, easy completion, you roll. They love the screens. Just throw a damn screen, get a couple completions, get a first down. He'll be just fine. Let's get the little score prediction. Unless anyone else has any keys to the game. Boykin, anything else on defense?
Well, I think one of the keys to the game that we're probably going to overlook is special teams, right? Like, I think special teams is going to be huge in this game. Florida's been a little bit susceptible to having some hiccups, and I think Makai is going to give us some great field position. So I think that's going to be needed to flip the field. So I'd say special teams. That's a special teams guy. Definitely don't overlook that for sure. But yeah, defensively, we got a perimeter tackle. I honestly don't think they're going to come out and try to run the ball on us, and I think they're going to be trying to air that thing out a little bit more. So
I don't know. I don't know if you want to go. Georgia's strength is them DBs. I don't know if I'm going to be trying to.
But we haven't really been looking like the strength the past 2 games. To be honest, we haven't.
What?
I like our DBs. Stop being you like Noshan so hard.
So hard on the DBs.
Yeah, I'm always be hard on them boys. For sure.
You don't think Kirby had being hard on them boys?
What game were they? They were so versus Vandy in their battle all of a sudden because they had one so game where they didn't really care about being there.
Well, you better pull it together because you know who's coming to town in 2 weeks. You know who's coming to town 2 weeks.
All I know, we got to together. I'm about to die.
Brady.
Better get it together. Brady coming to town.
Noshan's a secret closet freak for Missouri. That's his school.
I'm just saying, bro. Can't sleep.
I know.
Just like you can't sleep on Florida either right now, bro.
The next 4 weeks.
Florida,
next
4 weeks.
Missouri,
Tennessee,
Ole Miss, Tennessee.
Bro, we did not think that Florida would be here.
Right,
I didn't think Florida or Missouri would be here.
Before Ben dies, we got to do score predictions.
All right,
he's definitely got over his time. He's gonna have a sunburn. Like, you're not gonna be able to play golf this weekend. All right, Ben. But we're gonna save Noshan for last. It's a 14.5-point spread. Noshan, or excuse me, Ben. What's the score prediction?
35-31.
Damn!
Ooh, wow.
I'm tired of it. They gotta show me something.
You're really
someone's waking up finally.
You're really hot. You're hot in that sauna.
My brain's fried. Hurry up.
Boykin, what do you got?
I'm gonna go 33-12. I think we play better.
Numbers.
What do you say?
Some random ass numbers.
I know. Hey, most times I'm like almost right on the money. 33-12. We play better when we play a logo that we gotta respect, and we're gonna do just that. We'll be fine.
All right, T.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna say 35-21.
35-21. No, Sean?
You trying to take my shine, baby. Yeah, I'm around that 30, 35, 35-21 kind of game as well, TK. I was right there. I think they'll be able to score. Maybe it's late, but I think once we stop that run down, the boys on the outside are going to shut it down, saying none of that. So, 35-21.
I'm going to go 42,
Oh, my goodness. You're red. Yeah, bro, you look like
42-17. Damn, man.
like a lobster.
Like my steak.
All right. If
What'd
you're
you say?
watching this,
Wait, what'd you say,
if you're
Murray?
watching
What's your
this
score?
right now and you haven't liked this show and Ben's
Like it.
sacrificing
Check it
for
out.
us,
Ben,
you better like this damn show. That's all I gotta say.
Man, what you got Speedo on?
I'm naked as Jaybird.
Ben ain't even gonna take no shower tonight. We know how Ben is.
That's it for Ben's safety. We're gonna end the show here. We appreciate everyone jumping on tonight. Once again, we'll be doing this live every single week. A lot of great Georgia games coming up. Once again, make sure you go to the channel, go watch Javon and Meeks and Makai and Warren and everyone else. We got a ton of great content from current student athletes. This is our Letterman show that we do every single week. We appreciate you all jumping on. Appreciate you, Noshawn, TK, Ben, Boykin, and we will see you all next week. Enjoy Jacksonville, safe travels, and go Dogs.
Dogs.
Hit stop record.